And welcome back to the evening news. This is TGNF and F1 podcast with Kate and Nicole. We're live at the top of the hour with all the news and updates from the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Nicole, what are we seeing out there?
Sorry, I'm getting signals. I'm getting signals from
She's not
the
prepared for the
operations.
broadcast.
Sorry, first time in studio, so not doing so well over here.
So new at this.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of stuff going on this weekend.
We've seen a lot of
We've
stuff.
seen so many things.
We have seen some things.
And that's
People are going to look at this and be like, those girls have seen something. What do they know? What have they seen?
I mean, if you've been following along on the Instagram, you know that we've been seeing things.
So many things.
And we've always said that.
Stuff's happening.
Stuff's happening here in Vegas. It's day 2 of the Vegas Grand Prix. We are live at the Blue Wire Studios. We probably have 5 different episodes where you have heard
say
us
that, yeah.
say that. But huge shout out to Blue Wire Studios for hosting us here
We're
in
here
Vegas.
at Blue Wire Studios. If you haven't heard, in the wind, Blue Wire Studios.
When you hear your family.
You're gonna love the way you sound. We guarantee it. We are functioning on approximately 2.5 to 3 hours of sleep maximum at the moment. If you can't tell, really making for some fun, entertaining episodes today, guys.
Yeah, we have quite a few things to discuss, which we may not get to all of them. But as you know, we were in the paddock yesterday, free practice
for approximately 15 hours.
15 hours. It felt like, that movie 72 Hours with James, what's his name? Franco, with the guy who gets his arm cut off in the rock climbing.
Yes,
that was us yesterday. 72 hours. We were in the paddock.
I felt like we were in an episode of SpongeBob and it's like 12 hours later. And we were just still there like.
Okay, lots of SpongeBob references today.
Huge SpongeBob day for us.
Again, like I told you, thinking about being in the paddock and like just seeing some of the drivers, we were like, yeah, we've seen them all before in
That's
person.
My friend.
That person? Oh, it was Susie?
Susie, can you hear us?
Susie Wolf.
Susie,
can you hear come us? Back? Can you hear
Susie,
us?
Will you come on our podcast,
can you
please?
Really hear us outside? Oh.
He's saying that we can't.
He's saying no. Oh, no, now it's too late. She's gone. She's gone now.
Smoke signals.
You're right. You told us that it was recorded. People can hear us outside.
Don't embarrass us. Wow,
it's
you
okay.
really screwed us. We could have had Susie Wolf in here. Yeah, go run it.
No,
she's the team principal's wife. We don't need to go get her. It's okay. I was just joking.
You can put it outside, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll let people hear us.
Again,
Susie,
come back.
Susie, I love your work.
Anyway,
huge fan.
Obviously, we've seen so many people before in the paddock when we were in Austin last year, but just seeing them at night. Seeing them at night. So we have a lot of tea from the paddock yesterday. It was kind of chaotic. If you haven't listened to our podcast before, you know. Well, no, you don't know because you haven't listened to us before. I'm sorry. Again, 2 hours of sleep. We had an interview with Gunther.
We did.
A couple months ago.
We did. It was a really good
one. During the off time yesterday, the red flag period,
hours of unknown,
where we were just twiddling our thumbs.
We're dwindling our thumbs.
You always get me on those words. You always make fun of me. I'm sorry, okay?
It's just
words are hard.
Funny.
Anyway, so we were chatting with Gunther, and it just kind of felt full circle.
Yeah.
Because we told him that we were going to see him in the paddock soon.
We were like, we'll see you in the paddock. We'll see you in Vegas.
Yeah. And he didn't believe us.
He did. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Maybe he didn't.
Regardless, we proved him wrong. It
was really fun. I feel like we got to see a lot of familiar faces. We got to hang out with some really fun people and kind of see what happens when things go wrong. And
yeah, we were behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We were the men behind the curtain.
We were. Like we said, we were sticking it out until the bitter end. It was just us.
Everyone was leaving.
It was just us. And we said,
quitters.
We are hard-hitting journalists.
And we have to be here to bring the people the updates.
Like, we have to bring them
It was 3:30 a.m. and I was not going to let my fans hang.
No. You can't let our fans down.
No.
They look to us.
For the news.
For the Formula One news.
Yeah, so we were in the paddock. We were with Alfa Romeo. They were so lovely and so nice and so fun. We have just I don't know. I feel like I want to start from the beginning, but I don't even know what the beginning is. But we
lived 17 lifetimes between when the day started and when it ended.
So true. So yeah, we were with Alfa Romeo. They were great. We got to hang out with Valtteri and Joe for a while. Chatted with them about Nick's new mullet. That they helped cut. They were very concerned about whether or not I liked it. So they're happy to hear that I do like it. And I thought they did a great job. They're like, that was a huge compliment. Thank you so much.
And you guys know we've talked pretty regularly on the podcast.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
About having a segment where we have Botaz come on and ask him business advice. And guess what we got to do yesterday?
Ask him business
advice. We got to ask him business advice. And it was very fun. I said, hey, Botaz, obviously you have a lot of entrepreneur projects going on right now. What's your biggest piece of advice for two budding entrepreneurs like ourselves? Because obviously we're business women. And that's important to us. So, his answer was very, very good. He was just like, do something that you're passionate about and it won't feel like work. Which, even though we are passionate about TGNF, sometimes it does feel like work.
It does.
And you know what, though? That's okay because nothing good comes easy.
That just means we care.
Yeah, exactly. So once again, just checking off our manifestations.
One by one.
Check, check, check.
One thing that we did manifest that we didn't get to check off, but it's okay because it was just not the time for us. It was not in our journey yesterday. Was we were supposed to do hot laps.
Yeah.
Which would have been really, really cool. But with the red flag, all hot laps were canceled. So we didn't get to do that, which was kind of a bummer, but still really fun. We got to go in the garage and wear the headphones and pretend we knew what was going on back there. Pretend we understood what they were saying on the radio.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. And I think the most interesting part was during the red flag and afterwards when everyone was just unsure in general.
Yeah.
Everyone was just unsure. The vibes were unsure. No one knew what was happening.
If I had to say one word.
Unsure.
And
dystopian.
Yeah.
That's my favorite word for that because it was just everything. No one was there. And it was like crazy. I felt like so many people just started to leave and they're like, we're out of here. We were like, this is a story. This is an experience.
This is history.
This is history.
This is her story. Okay.
So we stayed for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we didn't make it back to our room until 5 a.m. But it was really fun and very interesting. Everyone was just kind of hanging out for a long time in between. And it was just, no one had anything to do.
Yeah.
No one knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So drivers were hanging out outside their motorhomes and team principals were walking around and chatting with each other. And it was just a really cool environment because I feel like in that moment, you were just like, these are just people.
Yeah.
Like it was cool because it just felt like everyone was kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
Like no one was running around like having to do things and like, being super busy. It was just like, okay, we're all here. And you got to see people like going to different teams' motorhomes and hanging out and seeing their friends and just chatting and like making the most of like a somewhat frustrating situation, which is really fun. But we'll see what the rest of the weekend holds. But I think if that is how it started, I'm hoping it can only go up.
I'm hopeful.
But knock on
wood.
We're not going anywhere right now because we do have a really fun segment. You guys know it's speaking of manifesting.
Yeah.
And having things come true. You guys know that for a long time we have manifested a certain someone coming on our podcast and we're huge fans and it just feels like a very fun thing to have happen to us in Vegas. So this is a very, very, very special edition of the girls' room.
Yes.
With one of our
top
favorite girls, Chloe Stroll.
Miss Chloe Stroll.
She's here. She's in the building.
James.
She was so fun.
Yeah. Loved it.
Oh my gosh.
She's coming on the pod once a quarter, at least.
Once a quarter.
At least.
Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Mark it down.
Yep.
But anyways, we got to go nap. This is our super fun conversation with Chloe Stroll James. We'll be back with more Vegas content in the coming weeks. But until then,
we'll see you on the internet.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Well, everyone, welcome back to Two Girls, One Formula, an F1 podcast with Kate and Nicole. We are still at the Win from Blue Wire Studios in Vegas. We're very excited. We have a very special guest today. Kate, who do we have?
Today, we are so lucky to be joined by Chloe Stroll. Chloe, I don't know if you know this, but we have manifested having you on our podcast for like years now.
Red.
This is just going to be me staring at you, complimenting you for a full 30 minutes. Get ready. No, we have been just like fans of yours for so long and like love all your music. And we just always talk. We're like, it would be so cool if we got Chloe on the podcast. And then here we are.
I love that you reached out. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for making our dreams come true.
God, wow, guys.
Actually, surprise, this is just compliments. We're just
Cool,
we're not
great.
asking you any questions.
We're not asking a single question. How awkward I really do get. My palms are sweating.
Honestly, mine too. I do that when I'm nervous.
I know. I'm sure. I'm like, how often are you kind of the one who's in the spotlight compared to Lance? Right? I feel like it's.
I mean, it's been funny between Lance, Scotty. I liked being the support system.
Yeah.
And it's been it's interesting wearing a different hat. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you'll get used to it. I mean, again, I think no pressure. No pressure.
I mean, I think what we have to do is we have to appeal to F1 and be like, well, next race that we're going to do some like insane like opening ceremony. It has to be walkout songs for all the drivers, and then Lance has to come out to one of your songs.
Yeah, that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
could you imagine?
I would love it.
Yeah. Oh my God, just run, run.
Everyone's being like Travis Scott. There's like huge bump ups, and then he comes out to run. I know he would have to do like a slow motion run.
Well, now I'll get mad at him if he doesn't. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
That's what's just happened here. So
Lance, I'm hoping you're watching this.
Yeah,
or listening, and I'm
about to send him this part.
This soundbite. You're like, you're in trouble already.
Yeah, exactly.
Already.
Now all of our listeners are going to be waiting for it, and so you can't let them down.
Perfect. Can't wait to pitch that.
All right. Well, speaking of Run, that was your last single.
That was my
two singles ago.
Yes, because Hurricane.
3 as of today.
Yes.
3 as of today.
Yes,
you're right.
Today is a very special day.
Today was a big day.
Today is your release of Homesick, your brand new single. So tell us a little bit about Homesick and kind of what was the inspiration behind it and, what you hope people really get out of the song.
So Homesick it's one that actually means a lot to me. And I was, kind of, I guess, with all of my songs, I try and make sure that the lyrics are relatable to everyone and whatever they're going through, but that they come from a place in, my soul and my heart, because I think that's what's so fun about writing lyrics.
Yeah.
And with Homesick, we were just talking about it, and I was missing Scotty at the time, and it's this funny feeling, like when you miss your person or your friend or a place, it's like that really like nostalgia, kind of longing, sad, and Homesick's the only way that I know how to describe it.
Yeah.
And we delved deeper while writing, and it was like, we moved from Canada to Europe when I was young, and I loved it. I'm so glad that I did. It was an amazing experience. But at the time, moving at 16 sucks, especially
girl 16.
Teen.
Oh
yeah,
my
like it's
God,
like that's
imagine.
the age.
That's a tough age.
That was a tough age.
Yeah.
Not even just like you're moving different schools. You're moving
a continent.
Exactly. So Homesick was something that I've, and so many people have experienced and is so relatable. But I've done it very like, what do you call it? I'm losing my words today.
Welcome to the club.
I did it literally, and I have felt it, emotionally and stuff. And I think that's what this song is about. There's nothing. The only thing that we can always be sure of is that there is change in our life, and that things will always change, and that is how the world works.
Yeah.
And that was the basis for the song.
I love that. I love the concept of like homesickness, because I feel like it sometimes gets like a negative reaction to be like, oh my gosh, you must just like be so sad. And it's also like, I feel like being homesick is like a privilege, because like you have something that you like love so much that you like have this feeling for, whether it's like a person or a place or a memory. It's like so versatile.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And that's kind of exactly how I felt. And I was like, all right, and with all my lyrics, I try not to narrow too far in of like, oh, I moved from Canada to Europe. Yeah. That's not what it should be. Like, I miss Scotty today.
Yeah.
No. But like, and that was the thing. Like, everyone relates to it in a different way, and I think that's what's awesome.
I mean, you did that with Hurricane too, and I loved your explainer video about that. It was like so sweet. I was like, I'm tearing up. I also had like just gotten married, so I was like, I'm feeling like so emotional about this.
There's a lot of emotions right before you get married.
I was like, oh my gosh, you would find Scotty in a hurricane. I would find Nick in a hurricane. I'm like crying about it. But I love that you kind of used that, and it was just kind of like a really familiar feeling for a lot of people, but in a way that is really broad and people can connect to it in different ways. But so that's now we've heard 2 songs that are really inspired originally by Scotty and your relationship. Is that something that we're going to see more in other upcoming songs?
You definitely will see it more, but I always laugh because I'm someone who like I go so the tortured soul route in a lot of ways. And it was really funny because one of the first times that I started songwriting, I was meeting with this songwriter, and I love to collaborate. I think that music is super creative and there's no point to go down the rabbit hole all by yourself, which I'd like to do. And I was talking to this guy and he goes, "I hear you're newly like engaged or boyfriend." I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "So you're happy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, that just makes really bad songs, doesn't it?"
Okay, great.
I was like, all right, okay. Hopefully I'm going to make good songs now.
I think Miss Taylor Allison Swift would disagree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Lover is an incredible album, and she was really happy at that time. So
that's really true. Thank you.
I think that's an uninspired way for him to look at that. That's very
Fair
negative
enough.
of him.
So there you go. You'll definitely be seeing parts of, Scotty's influence in my music.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so we've heard a couple of singles now.
Yeah.
Are we getting a full-length album soon?
That will definitely be the goal.
Okay.
There are definitely more singles in the pipeline that you guys will be listening to. I want to make sure that you see all of me before you hear the album.
Okay.
I like that.
So there's definitely been, and I think an album is something that's so personal. It takes such effort and time, and 100% there will be one day. But you need more of a picture than what you currently have.
Totally.
Of course. And I feel like you're still kind of early-ish in your music career. So I'm loving just kind of the singles and eagerly awaiting to see what the new topics are going to be. It's like a fun little game.
There's definitely some fun ones coming out.
Okay. Love that. So excited.
That just means, like, do you have like a plan for like how you're releasing singles? And you were like, I think that this one's going to be first, and then we're going to move into this. Like, is it kind of like a curated way of that you're releasing them, or
It definitely is curated.
Okay.
I think I love things to have a story. I love everything to connect. And I think that everything should kind of flow into one another, and especially, maybe they're singles, but at the end of the day, it's all like written by me, and all that, like, it has to relate somehow.
Yeah.
So the good news is that I also really like to hear everyone's opinion. I'm not someone who's like, it's my way or no way.
Yeah.
So I always make everyone vote in my team on what's going on.
I love that.
Including Scotty, including, his brother, my family. I'm like, all right, here are the 10 songs that I like. And I do have, a massive archive of songs. But, here are the 10, and I'll never tell anyone how I rate them.
Yeah.
So I'll let everyone tell me first. And what's been really cool, knock on wood that it stays that way, it's all actually been pretty consensus on,
Oh my God, I would love to be a part of that doodle poll.
All right, I'll factor you in for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, next time, please. Before Scotty, I feel like we have earned our spot on the doodle poll to make our vote.
The next one that we host, I will definitely include you guys.
I love it. Okay, so kind of a fun question. If you could fill your backup band with your family and friends, who's playing what instrument and why? Like, who's the backup singer? Who's dancing? Who's playing the tambourine?
No one's coming. It's really funny. My family, I'm so sorry, guys, I love you. They're tone deaf, every one of them. And like, I have one cousin who actually has a very beautiful voice. But no, there's none. That my parents don't understand where I got my musical talent. Genuinely, none of them can play an instrument. My brother cannot memorize lyrics. Like, I remember he used to come to me and be like, "Chloe, help me." Like, and he was really sweet. He was really young. But Scotty, I mean, if you've seen recently, he tried to do my singing warm-ups with me. Like, it's not a cute look.
You're like, "Oh, sweetie."
I'm like, yes, sweetie, baby, sit.
Rhythm, yeah.
Lance is like, I can memorize all 17 years on my steering wheel, but lyrics, no.
Exactly. It's good. I'm like, at least that's where your brain should be.
Yeah.
But no, that's not. There's just
nobody's there.
No one's there. It's
a
just
solo project.
It's a one-woman band.
It's a one-woman band. Absolutely. And they will very happily agree with that.
Like, please don't put me in this. Please.
I'm obsessed with that. Do you remember what your first CD was that you bought?
Promise not to judge me.
No, of course not.
I'm pretty sure it was Did you know the Hilary Duff Metamorphosis?
Of course.
That was my first thing.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah.
That was
singing. I just had a pool karaoke yesterday with that song.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
That's amazing.
Come clean.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Math.
God.
Math. Oh my God.
Voice in my head.
Right. It was.
It's
so
every
good.
single one is better than the last. Like I'm like, this was my favorite song, and I remember another song from that album, and I'm like,
this is a good song too.
It is a very good song, and that was 100. At least that was the first CD like I remember. And if it's like not the CD, I remember buying Pink's CD that had was it like Let's Get Started or Let's Get It Started?
Get the Party Started.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Get the Party
Such a
Started.
good
That was
one.
it.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
Yeah, I think Metamorphosis was my first one that I bought like with my own money.
100%.
And I also had a pen pal. She was my best friend in 4th grade, but she moved back to Germany, and she was obsessed with Hilary Duff. And that album came out, and for some reason in my head I was like, they don't sell Hilary Duff in Germany.
You're a really good friend.
So I bought it for her and I mailed it to Germany.
That's a really good friend, honestly.
I was like, I'm positive that they don't have Hilary Duff over there.
They
so
don't
I'm
even know who she is.
I was like, there's no way she's getting this over there. Definitely not.
Your parents should be really proud.
They were like, okay, this is so expensive to ship to Germany. In 4th grade, I'm like, I have a quarter. And they're like, okay, great. Thanks.
Oh, that's so good.
Thanks
I
for the
love
help.
it.
Yeah, mine was Aaron's Party.
Oh my God, I remember that album. Yeah. Wow, Aaron Carter.
Yeah.
I love
That's also your karaoke song.
Yeah.
That's like the Jesse McCartney era. The Beautiful Soul.
And
that was
Dream
big.
Street. Do you remember Dream Street?
I do.
Oh God.
I love Memory Lane.
I love Memory
Talk about being
Lane.
homesick. Jeez.
Literally.
I know. I'm like, I'm homesick
All
for
the
4th
nostalgia.
grade.
But honestly, that was the whole point of the visualizer is like, in the video, like you're just flipping through photos and it's like, it's all that. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Smiles, sometimes tears, but you know.
Yeah.
I know some people don't like to like be nostalgic or like reminisce on things, and I'm like, I know nostalgia can sometimes be like bad for you because you can live too much in the past, right? But I'm like, oh, I love to like think back on these memories that I made, and I again, like Kate said, like just to be so lucky to be able to like miss something like that.
100%.
And I miss being in the 2nd grade listening to Aaron's Party, coming it on my pink CD player.
On my Walkman. You like have the Walkman that had one CD at a time and you like switch it out.
Exactly.
Do you ever have HitClips?
Yes.
Yes.
I was talking about them recently. I was like, oh my God, like the little one. And
It was like 30 seconds of a song. It was not even a full song.
It was nothing, but it was either like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, or it was Britney Spears.
Yep.
And it was
always
so
Britney Spears.
good. Yeah.
I had Destiny's Child.
Ooh, that's a
I
good
had one of those, and then I had Oops, I Did It Again. But I think those were the only two I had because
TLC was a big one too. Do you remember?
TLC for me came later.
Okay.
That was like when I was graduating, like junior school. I remember the graduation song was really sad.
No, not that one. It was it 3LW? What was their name? It was with Adrienne Bailon.
Oh,
it was two of the Cheetah Girls.
That wasn't TLC.
You're right. Well, it was 3LW. What was her name?
I don't remember the name, but
I don't know. In my head,
all
all I
of
can
your broken promises.
The only thing I can think of in my head is Play. Remember that one?
That's a good one too.
I don't want to be like Cinderella.
Yeah.
Oh, Cinderella was great.
Good song.
That is oh my God.
Wait, we're actually just this is actually a podcast about all of our favorite songs from the early 2000s and our hit clips. Wow, I wonder if I like still have my hit clips or if it like still works.
Yeah.
I need to find them
100%.
and just start using them again and be like, if I ever want to listen to 45 seconds of one song.
Yeah, it's just sitting there at night.
Yeah. Like, okay, this is gonna put me to sleep.
Nick, wake up.
Yeah. You remember this one? Okay, so Nicole's go-to karaoke song we just said was Aaron's Party. What is your go-to karaoke song?
That's so funny. I don't have like a go-to karaoke song, only because like my friends don't like to go to karaoke with me. They're always like, they're like, you can actually sing though, and like,
please,
I'm like, but I have fun doing it too. Yeah. But if I had
pick something that's not in your key, then
exactly,
you know?
I love to pick like fun songs. Like I love doing like the crowd pleasers and like what was it? I actually did it at my wedding. Also, was I Can't Take My Eyes Off You.
Oh, a good one.
You know, like just everyone just sits there like,
yeah. Oh my God, that's so fun.
It's crucial to pick a karaoke song that has like crowd engagement,
right?
Yeah.
Like you want everyone to be involved in your performance.
True.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Yeah, I like to do because I can't sing at all. So maybe I'm part of your family because I also have zero musical talent. But I'm like, if I go, I'll either do like a song that I just like know by heart that I love, like Sugar We're Going Down, just because I'm like, I don't have to even like think about it. Or I'm like, I'm going to do Eminem. So then I don't have to sing.
I used to have rap battles from Eminem lyrics with my friend. It was
Stop.
I swear.
So you guys just like spit your Eminem lyrics back and forth?
We literally, if we're together in a party and an Eminem song comes, it's like we eye each other and we're like, all right, you better lose. And it's like a whole thing.
That is maybe the best thing I've ever heard.
The video compilation of the past 5-6 years of us having these rap battles too.
Man, I would love to see that. You know, when he was at the Grammys or the Oscars the other year and came
amazing.
out, it was like the best moment of my life. I was like, this is everything to me personally.
Eminem is amazing.
Yeah. Is amazing.
Yes.
It just goes down in history.
100%.
Everyone loves Eminem. Even if you're like, I don't like Eminem, you're like, you like Eminem.
You do like Eminem.
You know, like at least one song that you like. I know that.
For sure.
Okay, obviously we've covered that Kate and I like to sing. Maybe
not well.
But one of our favorite things to sing, we love a musical.
A Broadway musical. We love a show tune.
Oh my God.
We
It's
love
our
a show
favorite thing.
tune.
So we're curious what your favorite Broadway musical is.
Hands down, Wicked.
A good one.
Great one.
I think I've seen it 6 times.
It's so good.
So good.
Defying Gravity.
Oh my God.
Popular
Chills.
is maybe one of my favorite songs like of all time.
Yeah.
It's just so good. There's
That's what I tried out for my
nothing
middle school musical with.
Yeah.
Was Popular.
Oh, that's so good.
They were like, I got a lead, but they were like, we're actually going to take away your solos and the ensemble singing them. And I was like, was it my Popular?
Oh, no.
They were like, Ixnay on the Olose.
Oh, that's really sad. No. No, but oh my God, every part of Wicked is actually
So good.
the best.
Are you excited for the movie?
So excited. And they've
how are we
cast
feeling
it
about the
so
cast?
well.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think Ariana Grande's voice is one of the most beautiful voices.
Yeah.
And Cynthia, who's playing Alphaba, it's going to be unreal. It
gonna be
really
so
is.
good.
Oh, what's your opinion on the Ariana Grande and what's his name affair?
Ethan Slater.
Ethan Slater.
Or is it?
I haven't been following it, if I'm honest.
SpongeBob. What's
He's like he played SpongeBob. He was
No,
SpongeBob
he
in the
didn't.
SpongeBob
Yeah, on
musical.
Broadway, yeah.
Oh my
No,
God, have
he
you
was,
not
yeah.
seen the videos?
No. I'm not.
After this,
I haven't followed it at all. Like, I heard that there was a divorce and there was something else, but I did not know.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was SpongeBob in the SpongeBob musical. Like he was literally he was SpongeBob.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's everything. We'll have to show you the
Yes.
videos
I
of
would
him,
like
and
to
it's
see, please.
it's like the best thing ever. Like Ariana, these choices you're making are so interesting to me. I'm like, I can't wait for an Ariana biopic someday where it's just gonna like go through. All of a sudden, it's just gonna like end up with SpongeBob. I'm like,
As long as she does a good Glinda, I will. I will look over
everything else. Yeah,
else.
Exactly.
That's what I need to have happen.
I mean, I'm obsessed that they're doing it in 2 movies.
Yeah.
Me too.
I love when people are like, you know what, I'm actually gonna do this right, and I'm not gonna like
Yes.
shove it into something shorter, and I'm gonna take it and like take my time with
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely, they have
My
to.
favorite thing when they do that.
Yeah.
And when they don't do it, I'm like, I'm still gonna watch it, but I'm gonna be mad about it.
It's like
I'm
the
like too
first
much of a
season of
fan.
what was it, and just like that, you're gonna watch it anyway.
I know.
Yes. Yes.
There was no way.
It is so painful.
It is. The second season, I feel, did a good comeback.
Okay, I'm struggling to get through the first because I want to watch the second
The
one.
second
because of
was
Aiden.
better, I promise.
Okay, that's what everyone's been
But
telling
the
me,
first
but it's
was,
so
I was like, I love you guys so much, I will not stop.
Yeah.
The
The
dedication.
nostalgia, you're like, oh, it's like a reboot. I like feel like I
Exactly.
have to watch
Yeah.
this
Yes.
just because.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just like too much of a fan of things that I'm like, especially like books that turn into like movies or like a
Yes.
musical that's turning into a movie. I'm like, I'm judging this. Like, I'm
Oh,
coming in
yeah.
as a critic.
100%.
You're gonna have to persuade me that you did the right thing on this one.
Absolutely.
Kate and I are big Les Mis girlies. We
Are
love
you?
Les
Yes, that's our
Mis.
favorite.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I read
We
that book
do.
in school.
We do like 2-woman renditions. We can do.
Like, we
like,
could do the whole
thing.
entire
It's
thing.
incredible. Those are hard songs too. But
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing them well. Again, I'm not doing them well.
The fact that you're doing it at all, I'm like, well done. That is not an easy mountain to
You
climb.
get a bottle of rosé between the two of us, and we're doing.
I will find you guys at the racetrack.
We'll be there. We'll be
Oh,
there.
yeah.
We'll be outside the paddock, just like look down, look down. I'm like, luckily, Russell Crowe was Javert, and I'm like, you really tried. You really tried really hard,
Speaking
but
of
like,
people who
I'm
can't
not
sing
feeling
that
like
well.
I have the biggest shoes to fill on my Javert songs. Like, I love you, and like your passion was really there, but I don't feel like
You've
you
got
know.
the same passion.
Yeah.
You're like, I can do this.
I'm like,
can
I can do that. That's where I would be the innkeeper and his wife, because I'm like, those are songs that you don't have to like be good at because you just have to be funny.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
You're finding your role in Les Mis. I'm really happy for
I'm
you.
working really hard. I'm really trying really hard. I'm like, don't put me in the ensemble. I can do this.
She's trying to redeem herself from middle school. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like mystery imaginary
You're
casting
selling me
agent.
on it, by the way. So
you.
like, this is a good, solid pitch.
Well, that's actually the middle school musical that I did popular for. I was like, I know I'm not going to get this based on my voice. I'm not dumb. I took voice lessons, and she was like, I don't think this is the journey for you. I tried. I was like, I'm gonna be on Broadway, and I was like, maybe not. But
Now we have a podcast.
yeah.
Same,
So I'm
same.
Limelight, different way. But it was The Music Man was our play, and I was like, you want to know what is my role here? I'm the mayor's wife. She's absolutely chaotic, and she is insane. And so I watched the movie like 10 times. I like watched the movie musical, and I method acted. I went in acting exactly like the character.
No.
I was like, I'll be reading for the part of the mayor's wife. I'm like 10. They're like, okay. I come up and I like did like an exact impression of her in the movie, and they were just like, I mean, we have to give it everywhere. Everyone else is like, I don't know this musical, and I was like, I've been studying.
Pitch really well. You're like, I know how to get what I want. That's amazing.
I'm here. I'm ready. I'm like, I know my weaknesses, and I'm gonna overcompensate. I'm always overcompensating.
Oh, that's so good.
Other than Broadway musicals, as obviously we've talked, obviously we're very self-proclaimed fangirls of so many different things. Who is one artist right now that you're currently obsessed with?
Chris Stapleton.
Okay.
Oh, good one.
I'm really into into his music right now. I think that his lyrics are unreal. We did our first dance for our wedding was one of his songs. Like,
which one?
It was just so good. It was Joy of My Life.
Oh, such a good one.
Yeah, such a good one. He's epic. I'm going through like my good country phase at the moment.
I love that.
Leaning into the
Yeah, you always gotta go through phases of
Absolutely.
that.
You know, I'm leaning more into country lately. Yeah. I'm trying really hard.
Yeah, I feel like Zach Bryan's really having
he's having an awesome moment.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, the only country song I was into for a long time was Darius Rucker. All right.
I was waiting for you to say like Carrie Underwood.
No, no, I'm Hootie Sans Blowfish is actually where I was like, this is a really easy gateway for me. I was like, love him with Hootie. I'll love him as country too. I'll support. It's an easy pathway for me to get into.
Mama like a wagon wheel, obviously.
That's so good.
All right, speaking of wedding,
Yep.
we would be remiss to not talk about our royal wedding. So you got married a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we just want to ask a few questions about the whole
Lay
process.
it on me.
So tell us about, and Kate obviously just got married as well, so you guys can connect over
Congratulations.
that.
Congratulations to you.
Oh, thanks.
But tell us about the planning process and kind of what was your favorite part?
You know what? It's really funny. I think that I went into it. Most of my friends actually did get married over COVID.
Okay.
And it was really interesting to see them plan their weddings because, one, a lot of stress dealing with COVID.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I got really good advice, which I will give it to Scotty, who's the one who told me. And he was like, if you ever, I think already first by seeing them, you have a negative connotation that this is going to be really difficult and this is not going to be fun. And I don't know if you felt the same way, but it was like everyone was like, oh, good luck. Like,
I'm like, this
it
is
was
I'm like,
wild.
do you guys not have fun? Like, are you guys happy? What's
exactly.
going on? Everyone's like, good
and
luck.
Scotty literally looked at me and was, you know, I actually was not that stressed and I was pretty chill. And Scotty looked at me and was like, if you ever feel like you're getting to that point, just remember what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was actually what I would do. And if there was ever a moment, which of course there were many of something went wrong and this happened and that happened, it was like, but I'm marrying my best friend.
Yeah.
That's the best part about all of this.
It's just
you
about
back.
you. It's not about
Yeah.
anyone else. It's like, what's going to make me happy?
Exactly.
I'm going to do it. I know. Nick was at like a bachelor party, and like so many people in his life are married too. And they were like, ooh, month leading up, get ready to fight every day with her. And I was
got
like,
that also.
what?
It was like, why?
And they came home and he was like, are we supposed to be fighting right now? I was like, I don't know. Are we doing something wrong? Because I'm feeling really relaxed.
It's true though, but I felt like it honestly also then prepared me to be like, all right, I'm waiting for Doomsday, and then Doomsday never came. And it was like,
oh, great.
And anything. It was just like, it's just about the fact that we love each other. Like the best weddings are the vibe that you bring as the couple. It's not about your flowers. It's not about anything.
Right.
It's your vibe and your love and your energy.
Yeah. Everyone's there for you. And that's what they want to see.
Yeah.
They just want to be like, oh, I feel like I'm at a celebration of the two of them.
Yeah.
I mean, your wedding was fucking epic. It like really did feel like TMZ. Everyone was like, people are arriving. We didn't know where it was going to be. Everyone's like guessing. They're like asking us, like, do you guys know where Chloe's getting married? I'm like, how would I know that? I don't know. I'm like, I'm not getting like tips from people. I'm not Dumois. But they're like, okay, people are arriving somewhere. I think it's in Venice. And then they're like, there's like their gondolas. Everyone's just doing this. And we were like, this is the most fun I've had in a long time.
I definitely did not feel that way at all, but it was very fun, I have to say. But yeah, it was, I mean, it's your wedding. If you're not going to enjoy it,
right.
Why
are you doing
That's
it? That's
horrible.
Right? Yeah.
Also, oh my God, your looks were everything.
Yeah. Your dress.
How many looks did you have in total?
I had 4, and then there was a 5th one that we did a fun dinner for people who decided to arrive on Wednesday, since everything started Thursday.
Yeah.
A bunch of people arrived on Wednesday. And so we did a very chill, closest friends, easy. So there was a 5th look that no one really saw.
Oh my gosh, your like rehearsal dinner, the like floral dress was my favorite thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was.
I was on Etsy. I was like, where do I find this dress? I was like, dupes for Chloe Stroll James dress. They're like, we don't know what that is. I was like, they're like, I don't have that yet. It was a day ago. I was like, I need this for my bridal shower.
Oh no, the looks were very fun. I think I had a really good picture in my head. Like, I was such a Disney girl growing up. Like,
Love
truly that. Every storybook, I was like, Prince Charming one day. Like, that was who I was to my court. Such a romantic that every look needed to be princess romantic.
Yeah.
Well,
because that was, thank you. I
nailed
appreciate it.
That was like one of the best parts about the wedding. I was like, what am I going to wear? Because
Right?
it's like, this is like the one time ever that you're going to wear something like that.
Exactly.
Like, so much fun. I know mine got destroyed 10 minutes in because it rained.
I want to see a picture, by the way.
I mean, I'll show you.
Yeah. Okay, good.
It's honestly, it's still in my car, covered in mud because I don't know what to do with it now. Because it rained on our wedding day, so
That's kind of cute.
it was. I was very nervous at first.
It was fun. It was a good day.
I mean, I'm very type A, so I was like.
It rained on our wedding day too, to be fair.
Yeah, and then we were in an apple orchard, and it was like muddy, and they were like, "Do you guys want to just like go run through the apple orchard?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And then I was like, "Well, I'm also in 97-inch heels, so I have to take them off because I'm gonna die out here." So I did that, and my dress is like ombre. It's like black at the bottom now, and like they're gonna be really good. But I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like so excited to be wearing this dress, and people are like, "What? Like you gotta like take care of it." And I was like, this is the one day I'm wearing this,
For what?
and I'm gonna have fun with it.
Exactly.
Oh, it was the best part.
That's
The
so good.
outfits were the best.
That's the way to be.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So fun. Well, do you have any like fun stories that you can tell? Obviously, nothing that you're like, I don't want anyone to know about that, but like any like fun things happen there that was like a funny moment.
It wasn't there.
Wait, I'm loving.
So-
I'm ready.
One of the funniest things that happened, and it was very unexpected, and it probably has a bit to do with the planning process more than the actual wedding. And Scotty said it at the wedding, so he's going to be fine with this. But basically, we got to our planner, and I was very concerned by like food, drink, music. Like that for me is like, that sets your whole tone and your vibe and everything. And Scotty's sitting there with us, and he goes, "What do the centerpieces look like?" And I was like, "Excuse what?" And he's sitting with my mom, and my mom is an amazing, like her eye for detail and planning and aesthetics is unbelievable. And we finished the meeting with Scotty basically being like, those candles are too high. Those flowers aren't pretty. Let's do this one. What you're putting up there, up in the ceiling doesn't work. I want that one. And the planner straight up looks at him and goes, "So it's Groomzilla."
Yeah.
And to that day, and we took, a year and a half to plan our wedding. He stuck the Groomzilla nickname the entire time.
That's amazing.
And it was absolutely amazing. And I love it. And he keeps it. He wears it like a badge. She's like, I am Groomzilla.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I was like, I was worried about how many tequila bottles we needed, and you were worried about the flowers on the chandelier.
Love that role reversal.
Exactly. It was fantastic.
Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, Nick was like, I care about what I eat and what I wear.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And then after that, I mean, I kind of wish that he was more like Scotty. So I was like, do you care about this? I'm like, do you have an opinion on this? And he's like, no, whatever you want. And I would pick something. He's like, I don't know if I would have done that. And I'm like, okay.
Scotty like mulls it over. It's like, do you have an opinion? And he's like, no. And then like a week later, he's like, let's revisit this. And
He's like, I've
we've
thought about
moved
it.
on. And I'm like, come back. And the planner would be on the phone and be like, Groomzilla's arrived.
You're like,
You're like, we signed a
He's emailing
contract.
us.
It's already in.
It was
That is
so good.
You're like talking to your planner, like, don't pick up the phone from
Exactly.
Scotty. You
By
get a call
the
from
way,
Scotty,
ignore the
don't
next
answer.
call.
Just tell him we've already signed something and we can't change it now.
It's fine. Move on.
I'm dead.
That's the best.
All right, so we're interviewing from Las Vegas, obviously. What is one of your favorite parts of a Grand Prix weekend?
When it's over. And everyone
Real.
is safe.
Yeah.
And happy and fine. Maybe not always happy, but at least safe.
Safe.
And
Safe and-
healthy.
yeah.
And I'm like, you'll be happy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genuinely, it is so stressful watching.
I'm sure.
I'm so sure.
And, he's my little brother.
Yeah.
Like, and it's, just please be safe.
Yeah.
When it's done, and
Yeah,
I know.
you can take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Anytime you watch something you love do something that has like risk involved, it's
Yeah.
like so tough.
100%.
Yeah, because I remember you also posted that video about you talking about watching Scotty.
I
And, like, not
actually
being
can't.
able to watch
Just
it.
like, I'm turning around, yeah.
It's the most embarrassing thing that I go to X Games and like all his competitions, and it's his turn, and I'm on the floor sitting with my back
Yeah.
facing the
You're
crowd.
like, just tell me.
And everyone's looking at me really weird, and I'm like eyes closed but ears open, and I'm like, okay, I'm listening to the reactions. Like, it's
You're like watching a
horrible.
scary movie and you're like,
It's one of
Yeah.
those, and and he loves scary movies, and he's like, why can't you watch? And I'm like, my entire life is adrenaline rush.
You're like, I live in a nightmare right now.
Exactly.
Everyone is in danger all the time around me. I don't need to watch this in my spare time
I'm
too.
like, don't up my cortisol levels,
yeah,
please.
Exactly.
Do you have? So last night obviously was an interesting way to start. Your pre-weekend.
Not the most ideal.
Not the most ideal. Do you have any predictions though about how you think the rest of the weekend is going to go? Any thoughts?
I think that there's so many variables that they don't know yet, and
Yeah.
I think that tire performance is going to be a huge one.
Yeah.
So it's just really you don't know.
Yeah.
And just everyone be safe.
Yeah.
Be okay. And not too many crashes, I think, would be
That's what we
lovely.
hope. I think what is like turn 14 was really tricking everyone up last night.
Yeah.
Like every time I looked at the TV, someone was like off in the corner and like coming back on. So
Yeah. So
be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting one. I mean, I'm excited to see them like drive during a race down the strip. Like I think it'll be like
It's
fun to
really
watch,
cool.
but like I don't know. It felt like the rumblings I was hearing yesterday. People were like, I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
And it's also, it's super late at night. Like, it's a bit of an odd thing to ask the athletes, like, sleep
Yeah.
during the day.
Yeah.
And
Well, we were like, you're driving at 2:30 a.m. Oh my god.
Yeah, so-
Operating heavy machinery. Machinery
not-
like
My
200 miles
fine
an hour.
motor skills are gone at this point. I'm like, I'm not even
My palms are
doing
sweating
anything.
again.
Yeah. You're like, I'm already thinking about it and I'm upset.
yeah. So no predictions, just everyone.
It was like I'm actually actively trying not to think about
Yeah,
this. So thanks for
literally, I'm
asking
like, so
me.
we're going to move on,
Yeah.
right?
It's like so so Backstreet
question.
Boys HitClips, right? Back to that.
Baby, no.
Back in the good days when no one was putting themselves in danger every weekend.
Exactly.
We obviously are going to be promoting heavily for Homesick today, and
I appreciate it.
So we'll be putting that in our bio, so you guys can check it out. And what else do you have like kind of coming up that people can be looking out for? I feel like obviously you're just kind of trying to revel in the moment of this, but
This one I'm definitely reveling in the moment, but you know what? We did a live performance or live stream 2 days ago, which was amazing. And it went really, really well, which was awesome, especially the tech issues the 1 minute before the piano wasn't working. And
Oh,
so
great.
the stress and the fear. But coming up, I think that there's a lot of really different stuff that's going to come out as well, and it will all somehow tie in together. I somehow don't understand exactly how it all
We're
works,
working on that
but
still.
it does work.
Yeah.
Like, I remember listening back being like, these two songs are so different, but yet you understand why it comes from me and that it's the same artist. And I'm really excited for you guys to hear the single coming out in January.
Ooh.
That'll be a big one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait so long.
With Christmas, it'll go fast.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Well, maybe since we're in Vegas, so maybe tomorrow after the race, once everyone is done and healthy and safe, we'll find an open mic night somewhere, and we can get it maybe a
little bit of rosé, and you'll get me up there.
We'll be doing Les Mis, and then you'll come up and sing your actual.
Exactly. I'll be
single.
coming to find you with a bottle of rosé to sing Les Mis, and you can come for me to try and get me to sing my song for
Exactly.
January.
I think that's a deal.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Chloe, for spending some time with us today.
Thank you for having me.
This has been so wonderful getting to know you and hear more about your music.
I was so glad that you guys reached out. Thanks for having me on. Honestly,
anytime. Come back when your next single's out. We'll talk again.
This will be a release day tradition. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm in.
Write that down. Mark that down in the calendar. Pencil it in.